now till 2:30 and I be sorry enkonya so na bibia so atumi ade akoye e ho no yatra si show no live Facebook live on Facebook okwa the street is watching our Facebook into bomode an udru an bomode an wa share hanti ma mekra ma menhwe na men share ma me page na manfo am so be so mu hu no mu ye de mu nti obi a udru an wa ye de wa share na wa share ne kama the street is watching. Yes, it good de nyasem keto akra ho no mti no. Yes, we share na wama also yon kwan den ehu na de ekọ bia na also atumi ehu de ekọ ne de eba ho street is watching. Na uko YouTuber kwan bia so we be hu yen ewo MYBET.AFRICA TV, MYBET.AFRICA TV na ube hu na bibia so no atumi akoyi ho no mti no. Udru also a bomode a subscribe na like na share na for comment here den eto ase na uko all the retail shops na make to catch you say da so pohwe ya enye asem keto akra ho no nti ye de agode mu nsem na ye de bro shense show no MYBET na so ya sen ye de bro MYBET de unyo unya me na me catch you it say MYBET ye Ghanaian owned company a omo dominate Africa ha enya asem keto akra. MYBET buy almost standing the test of time. And easy. Say me no ka say. MYBET konanim. U depend on your send message. Ka say why then wedi. U dia ye be send message a catch you say why then wedi. Now we umpe we na apeden. Umpe we ope kaya motuom. Umpe we kaya motuom ho shibruta. Nti umpe we ope den. Bomodi na eden any MYBET enye de edi asan na matches wo ho nti na ye de os ne be de beba e na omo so ntumi ntwan ma nwumre matches ne mma no enso ene no Jet S me se de Jet S e na me kanfo e de ama se bomodi se ubetumi atwa ukọ casino na jet bomodi ahwehwem Jet S na ewo mu no enu na me si twa na me de me twa nkasa de spin to win no me selected 3 no me twa 2 cd 2 boa me di 3 boa me di ba ko boa me di enya asem keto akra ti bomodi na nti yenhwe ensem no alata moemwe enkofo no kafu ya alobi senka omuntumi monro mu wo playoffs no. Oh, say players go for win 17.2. Ghana group no the OD second enya more than 20 points. Burkina Faso enya more than 20 points. Alata mo sheda CAF ya lobby say ya tie bi mu say odwun awon ti ase. Ana omo de omo ye de omo ba playoffs yi. Omo ba na chese omo chi DF ba ko Gabon. No mo bo Gabon no crafe full time na 90 minutes 90 minutes na 0-0 extra time na so munya no bogum 4 no mu ye no ma start ye de 2 e ma ne yen Ghana say yenye careful no mo ye den omo qualify asema to Ghana for o qualify wi na other games no so no last minute na DRC Zaire DR Congo for a ball last minute at the tomb. Abranti efene chance Mbemba. Omo boba kutumu no mu yi onana mu firi mu team no. Mbuemu ni 3-1 say. Omo yi omo firi mu 1-0. And omo ni omo ba be hia no. Nigeria for just omo write him off. Hwe say omo call playoffs no because playoffs no. What the etene say teams na call massa brutal. Bolivia and the afraid team big say Catalonia say chese UAE in Iraq wa be it e hone mu of na ono so 2 na be qualify and a 2 no be qualify nkra no ase ofo no be di kan bo na 2 a qualify ba na o ma be bo mo ho It the enya say unya win ba ko a qualify. It ka ho no omko win one match and why they qualify.
I think say Nigeria will go straight to the final because of the ranking.
FIFA say na make us omo the ranking. Ranking for no be twan. Eti when you be hwe obviously wo hwe teams na wo na. Still DR Congo
DRC be bo semi final. Also ranking 60th. The FIFA ranking.
Yeah.
So on no semi-final. On team if it was Nigeria, can Nigeria be called final because of DRC ranking what for me. On no semi-final. The amount for born on no it means that we 2 games, the semi-final and the final.
Yes. Nanu kra no win our qualifiers.
Yes.
Because
semi-final now. Yes. Yeah.
Eti alata mwemwe dia omo no sa calculation we no mo ye mreko omo mo DRC no. Say omo ko a ho Iraq anyway Osimhen says ena you dig game issue so enra nyasem ketwa almost 30 years na alata mo bob akutu mu alata mo ye den e bob akutu mu na kwa ese ya kwa ya na chese abrante fe no Elia enso be dey etika no omo take no say be share be na first half no be wie no na Victor Osimhen ye dey pray Victor Osimhen pray no na say na angofo ni team no Osimhen na e carry team no omo maka obie no otimi carry team no ene no mu di chese bakambu mu nyina omo yi omo nyina afiri mu Nigeria so yi omo top players ni nyina e den edi firi mu eno mo ko extra time no kra me say last minute I for no dia Congo for no head ba ku bi match say keeper na anya wada ke ko say ko to net mu ano no and a penalty start ya hey Calvin Bassi defender okojira so o ma so Zion ana DRC for no so e player akojira no so boss no na Nigeria players akọ boss no so mo say 2-2 hey ana afido mo start say omo bosi ma ana chese Nigeria ni yefe na Ajayi no West Brom champion akwatin team bi okojina no bobo ni say no na o say Mbemba esu ye de ekobo Mbemba chinechi o maso a tei na tena kasa alata mumwefo arrew 230 million people diare ho na qualify no man qualify enyo mo ya sen ade na Ghana fo ye de yomo no ayo mo ya inti ane kire se before Nigeria for be say any opportunity biem say omo bo World Cup qualifiers qualify ko World Cup no Osimhen for 30 years and to omo believe say omo top striker na omo nya in the last 10 years no akwa no to me more World Cup akwa no to me nya den e to me more World Cup e ho no ma aya real wosem ti be ra games 2 ni nyina mu yes 4 games ni nyina na e be ram na fear dey about Euros ni so koso eno Italy first round no Norway for bo mo 3 eno mo pam Spalletti eno mo de Gennaro Gattuso ba o wa show bia eno shia Norway for no nra no mo di cash first goal mo dominate first half na no say ko mo she be 2-3 kra my second half na near Oscar Bob mo say monji na de be wo mo 4-1 and mo ball Italy na Italy are ho na England na say o my record 10 competitive games without conceding nenra o mo ni Albania no first half was very difficult second half no mo ye changes na change ba akofa sama banya sanketwa Abrante friend Jude Bellingham akwani so on tiase say first game against Serbia na coach na bench no second game was starting na Abrante na bobo no was say yi na frim enti ekwame akwa say one starting no oh omo she goals first half na say omo ye adwuma na the obe starting nso awujafo etwefa ne bo a oyi ni free mu de eyi mu ba mu ana che omo che na akwa say coach no asset ne up say onyo be de obe yi na free mu ti ono so show attitude di kire coach na kanya say hey my friend, you need to accord the needed respect for a year omo a teammate and so we show good attitude enti bossu the way adena ye no say nye injury bi na betie si no maten ro nim na nya form bi anu odren pa I'm telling you say Jude Bellingham and we on work up because before the buy no too much is nyina show signs and a proper number 10 ankasa so my the silky Kopama, the ice cold man. Am I in teacher say Jude Bellingham amana kuma ede wakwa kodi the wrong side of the coach and the coach now already say massa we are rough for me you free team ni mu me na yama madwuma no we are rough for me you free team ni mu eti ene ye use wa bossu quality na wo na nche Ghana a ye kudu so ye nya obi an replace no e ho no ye why be you bia maybe except Hurricane so omuni out and striker papa bia but defense wo we are rough obi be the Henderson do goal or die hey goalkeeper na ye rough me na from right backs na full backs na ade we be rough obi abetuma replace chese wingers na ade no on betimi the columns no do if you central midfield role no kra no Ruby Loftus-Cheek mu nyina ho enti role no obetimi you be afrim except ebia Hurricane enti the Aiden aba no ti e bedi san komo no I say oye big boy coach na show no respect and also show no respect said a year basis ya momi anye sa de we quickly I hope to be recorded ya mai. They are talking about say Estevao ne Abrante aye friend no Lami Yamal. Amafo bi the conversation mi aba say Estevao silly no on starting cry but what he is doing no ehu Lami Yamal eduni silly. Say they don't know what Lami Yamal will bring again. The other ban and one or abono and one or bono. Mommy and Shakikulis are two players way. Why not? Or your champion and then what team I'll be ordinary about team mommy and Shem Kakransana Yaba Adamateso.
Okay, see I share these two players or munina big boys, key players, and more teams, any more national teams. But I think say football in Yama be county the way internal say who's a coach is be Rebecca on the ball and off the ball. The way our players are adapted to the game. And in Yama Bibi, Lami Yamala, undoubtedly, or one of the best players as of now. The young players are, and we are seeing me who the Champions League performance or Dani Dima Barcelona against the likes of Inter Milan at the biggest stage. Utimi ba otimi prove say and they obey me about. But say Oshe, the star la Estevao Emma now. That is the typical wingers I in him. Omuye direct. A ban is on she goes no beshe. A ban is on take on players are easy man. Now a Brazilian boy, the him say Brazilians in him the likes of Neymar, the likes of Robinho mo ababe yebiko. But Oshe Estevao ni profile ni quality no kutana is exceptional.
Okay.
A different ni go ni share was show at this age, 18 years. The way to me strike a ball no, the way to me finding a home without the ball, to me finding home positions. It's me ball no. Oh man, the toughest left back, the toughest defenders in the world, he will still want to take them on. And say may value these two players. Why a bit me reach the highest ceiling and a bit me about maybe in some years to come, a bit me we need a Ballon d'Or, Babe one of the greatest players in the world. Make for Estevao ahead of Lami Yamal. At the intini say based on statistics in po o channel because Osha Estevao as a now. Games are bought for club and country. 10 plus goals and assist. Onya onya enough minutes Brazil was starting 4 games actually 4 goals. Chelsea set up no. Ne start a winya 9 in the Champions League. Yehu performance or than it comes with goals. Until at the end of 18 or more room to learn. Or more exposure at the highest level. The Brazilian national team, the Chelsea team. I think say with the two no on the field or a lot ahead of Lamine Yamal direct. Ebano on the ball he's good. Ebano off the ball is good. Adia Lamine Yamal edibe channel as a now. The experience in the game. Wabo at least only say about 2-3 seasons full time for Barcelona for the Spanish national team. Into him time to make a decision in a game. On him time and so panic. On him time so hold the game no. And no na Lamine Yamal de betray Esteval because Esteval nyas our exposure near. So we Chelsea games, recent games. Chelsea last game on against Sunderland. Now Chelsea defend by 2-1. Chelsea nya a corner kick. The way of ball corner kick, you know, na me because on any day in the EPL, a corner kick in the last minute, you don't have to even play with it. As well, making sure say accuracy on point. But I corner no one bomb point me and man do pitch so or boss anko goal kick bium. That shows the level of maturity on me nyai. But the option omutu na, I think say Esteval would have a better ceiling, a better career at the level than Lamine Yamal because of Inyama bi awadani di on and off the pitch.
Sir, all right. Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, at least one chat for that for I think that sometimes if you look at these two players, they were all born in 2007, and comparing these two of them currently, I feel that Esteval Europe. If you look at these two players, in terms of achievement and whatever Lamine Yamal has done, always Lamine Yamal is ahead of William Esteval, but it doesn't take away the talent and how he's been performing. I mean, for a young Brazilian to break all the records, Neymar Jr. And son of Oba Europe tells you say this boy a very good future. Although he's yet to prove himself like how Lamine Yamal proven, because at the age of 18, Lamine Yamal, the Copa Trophy, was 2 times. He's been playing against the top defenders in Europe and in world football for both club and country. So currently, if we are comparing these two players, experience side Lamine Yamal, he doesn't need any adaptation to. When he was young, or at the age of 15, Oba Basa team, then is he for you to be able to enter into a team like FC Barcelona at that young age, it tells you the kind of talent I was. So no doubt these two players, they are age mates. In fact, almost style of play the same. They are all that creative wingers. They can create, they can score, they can dribble, and they can also pass. They are things for these two players. But to me, if you compare whatever Lamine Yamal has started, if not for injuries and any bad thing, I don't think the boys stopping anytime soon. Esteval Williams, so for a player to for a player as young as 18 years, Obetimia share 20 plus goals and assists in the Brazilian League. Break his record and Oba Chelsea already 9 games. Any goal contribution, it tells you that whenever he's Oba Europe or adapted now about 2-3 seasons, he will also be up there. So to me, as it stands now, I believe Lamine Yamal is always going to be ahead of him, but it's up to Esteval Willian to take the opportunities now on also beat him danger, because when Lamine Yamal buy, he also static. A lot of people came and say, oh, Branton obeyed him, but there's still the mentality and everything has kept on going, and he's also doing or replicating whatever he does at the Barcelona at the Spanish national team, and same and even Esteval so started. So to me, I think that it's all about who will be consistent, who will be up there. These are young players, and last number can there are a lot of exciting young players at least. It be your attitude, it be your injuries. So to me, if you look at how Lamine Yamal and William Esteval, to me, if you share Esteval life now, he's very calm. On yes, our parties. So he's a very difficult pressure, especially from the social media, because they were money virus, Lamine Yamal pressure. but what me so killing now. So to me, that is the only thing probably I believe say a bit me about William Estevao. But aside from anything outside football, in terms of talent, I always stick with Lamine Yamal. And I think that Estevao William has the chance to close up that gap.
Okay, to moment started way quickly. Speed or mutuno. So me can't the mutuno, then you give the answer. Speed.
Speed, mean Bema Estevao ahead of Lamine.
Speed Lamine Yamal.
Speed.
Estevao.
Lamine Yamal.
Dribbling.
Estevao.
Off the ball movement.
Estevao.
Lamine Yamal.
Finishing.
Lamine Yamal.
Defensive abilities.
Estevao.
Estevao.
Passing.
Lamine Yamal.
Lamine Yamal.
Then aura.
Lamine Yamal.
Lamine Yamal.
Right. And see, this is the conversation about the two players. Yes, hopefully. I think currently, Lamine Yamal is slightly ahead of Estevao, but then in terms of ceiling, I think Abrante Feno William Estevao, because clearly see he doesn't even start games that much. He's not that go-to guy. He's not the guy carrying a team, unlike Lamine Yamal or no carry a Barcelona team. No, then the Spanish national team, the contribution, immense compared to Estevao William. But then, cancel say we Nancian or by Europe. When you go to Brazil, Palmeiras, whatever they did, he was the go-to guy or no the carry team no, and then the contribution immense. So let's see what he brings to this particular Chelsea side. He has shown goal scoring ability wonimu and assist momo Lamine Yamal. About the dribbling there, I think so almost two na almost dribbling no was through pa. So let's see what the future hold for the two players. But I think that for now, Ebia Lamine Yamal was 9, Estevao William Ebia 8, I will be 1 no in terms of even experience. Because Lamine Yamal has gone through it, help the national team to win a major trophy. Estevao William has not done that. He needs to help Brazil to win the Copa America, then the World Cup, then whatever trophy we are won. Then about Chelsea also to me, Chelsea winning the Premier League, Chelsea winning the Champions League. Then we can say yes. But in terms of talent-wise, two nina talent was 3 years papa panti. That is that for you. Yeah, my bet. Still, a bit more how no international we on van share. International break will be one man. We believe it's a international break in a lie.
International break in Ankase more thing. Because social they are Portugal, ni Hungary, money Italy. Yes, it will be one and a lie cry.
And a lie cry. It's any lie yeah. Or also my bet app you won't phone sweet. Den futu na de be ma no den na ekoso ho a ebetumi de aye na kono say okay ma men try bi fan twen the games na be ba weekend.
Yes, I think say my MYBET.AFRICA mama ya tia say eni ho say obetwen 90 minutes ansa na wenye ska, because sika de egu my MYBET.AFRICA bebre kwa 90 minutes na nyese wo twen na 90 minutes from minute 1 to 90 indra dia hungry de year me no ntese ohun say chale kwan bia so no utwen 90 minutes ni kwa last minute no omutimi be say wo bet no ba uwura my bet for casino any virtual games no ma emu ede time bia be ka che ope game a ene winning rate no was show 98% of your chances of winning a game a friend JetX. Na JetX no one trick I may develop and say un say obi be ka so JetX na say JetX net say aviator ne pepepe ade ba ko a JetX na aviator and difference we say JetX ne ba be sha ase no un say nkofo bi tutu omo nyama ye fu plane no plane ni ko na un say nkofo ni isi intimi me trick ni omo si mi hu so omo sisi bebre sa na ndem cash out because omo si na cheze pilot ni kwa say nsi inti plane ni kwa akohwe ho inti no plane ni kwa akɔhwe nti ene Jet X no a very simple here screen is when that so no omo be full plane na won say nkofo obobo wewem plane ni tu a na afedi omu si nkaka eno so interface ne tsa aviator ne pepepe o hwe two slots na betimi dey place you bet no into with 2 slot time bia send America no the first one o the 2 auto cash out at 2 out into we say about 2 na bo waje usika ukọ na down one when we waje atum nti say 100 cedis na pesa wodi hyemu a obetimi the best 70 cedis ahye the other 2 out ni mu 2 or to the 70 cedis ahye now the 30 ahye down one no nti 70 ni bo 2 outs when you 140 cedis when you fast 40 cedis in the second one it me bodu 10 it me bodu 20 it me bodu 50 senya wo pesa wo gin na eno nso be ka ho a usika ni mu ayedu nti within just one trip of the fly no ubetimi enya 5,000 6,000 7,000 but say anko ye mpo a 2 outs na ebedu o 70 na edu 2 outs when you 140 nti 100 now the shame no when you fast 40 cedi nti per every game utimi developing you fast 40 cedis within an hour within 2 hours no when you crowd could out 2,000 could out 3,000
okay
nti within the space of 90 minutes any can that is an hour and 30 minutes send you crowd the best football no inka within that time no ewo my bet for Jet X no betim dey pick 2,000 3,000 Ghana cedis if you enya fi na be 90 minutes na dey extra bia beto so ama team bi defender bia kwa chebo ama ya show mu da bi Jet X ne dey wow monitor o hwe top na untumu se history ni wo ho nti na bobo se ne ebo no na wetimi dey ahyehye ama bibia akoye nti ene wura MYBET.AFRICA platform no try Jet X no enne ekoso enne mu ede no na nkofo cash out enne wo nse ska ahye nkofo ho anye bibia o Jet X no mobile
okay
unso scan the QR code near that screen so register on MYBET.AFRICA ne wura Jet X ni bi only Jet X for ne nya den entumbom se na osika betimi ayedu ewoboto
enti Jet S ene na wo no won se ye de yina eden atoso de amamo wo hu de eden de eko eye brutal ti bomodi I say fly as high as you can bomodi an eden QR code no fato o screen is na eden etwe to phone so na also try wo de ye se wo di agro what I say wo pay bia 20 cedi bia na ye se wo di agro as wo di agro before you realize we want say do 10,000 that is how it is iti bomodi an ehwe na yenye alata momwe at the African playoffs ne koso yenhwe eno kakra wi an ya ba be hwe the European na the Blasters din aide etwa to na ye the Oscar kakra so aide aba for ene
okay it leads to ushe Nigeria qualification to the World Cup Jenny ne started sena Jenny ne started anko yi amom I be do baby na so mo sisa coaches no mutimi toto nyama ye but senya wo kan no ushe the groupings are Africa we calf here na on any day can say Nigeria put me as our playoffs
yeah
because ushe groupings are country ya ene no more playoff no metimi aka say no more point e was Gabon enya 25 points group na no more no we Gabon na the next country ya ono so na the point e was DR Congo ene wetimi ewie the qualifiers no 22 points Nigeria no was 17 Cameroon were 19 but any name CAF inyamo mo yes so we Gabon group ma Seychelles mo be chair point or concede we Seychelles goal difference and 53 that shows say teams ni bi wo ho a CAF ni so wo mo ba be chair point it say Gabon net menya 25 pointer and just maybe obon homodin but going into this playoff no be enim say the likes of Burkina Faso mo e be put up maybe enyama de be ko cast say na menu so nkeso mutimi qualify but intimi anti ho hwe ma playoffs ne shase Nigeria against Gabon it was a red flag for Nigerians to see say omo national team no just big names na wom but collective as a team there be omo ni bi
okay
because in that game senka Gabon 4-2 omo nyama yi ankeso mutimi yi Nigeria film in that game hands down it took the extra time na minim say na Gabon for na blow say den e ma Nigeria be share 3 goals in the extra time which on any normal day in football extra time minim say is a very difficult moment ya goals into me but conceding 3 shows say na Gabon for ne bia no mabre or tactics no mudi right into the extra time na mbo and I think that the Nigerian national team are depending solely on Victor Osimhen share games are during the qualifiers ntimi enwini. There were games and Victor Osimhen wo injury went to Miambobi. Time of Victor Osimhen ba ebebo bi mo no. Those was the games almost started grinding results and no more winning. And if you are building a national team on just a player, it's a big concern because Ocean Nigeria national team they have the last 2 African best players in their team, Victor Osimhen and Ademola Lookman, and it shows the quality equitomo. Even Simmons, even Ndidi, there are a whole lot of players. Boniface in point me the national team. It shows the quality of war. So and then the question is, how are they putting up things in place? Who can say Victor Osimhen, the next World Cup will be a bit abono. He will be 30 years. And a quality player like Victor Osimhen, 99 point me see a World Cup stage, so that is a big concern.
Okay.
And they bought Ellen Haaland abaso. Say and they obo goals. Wotimi aboa de Norway etimi ewura, that is the World Cup stage. And if Victor Osimhen intimi enye bia, in the end you wouldn't be classified as a world great. So when intimi am the biggest competition in the world, that is the World Cup. Into Nigeria national team no is a big game for them, say they free and ekopim AFCON. And in the next World Cup they should try and put things in place. Omu national team nenye. Indra Senkadia Congo entimi winning game now. I think the football wouldn't have been fair to them. From minute 1 to minute 15 in Nigeria for ball no is mobile. And getting that early goal near was a disadvantage to them. Because after getting the early goal, confidence ne ko high, we mu cry there, you bet me on my ball. Omu nye yense so. You bet me am almost pressure no. But Dia Congo for no share ball mobile list or the ball ne to fem. Omu possess ball no. And yes omu ball ni boom boom keke. O share quality a warm set up no ma. It shows ball no mobile enye mo. O share mo backline 4 na. Omu backline 4 na. Metimi aka say, uyi omu captain. There are 3 players there. They've gotten to play at the highest level in the Premier League. One Bissaka, and Neo West Ham. Twanzebi, no Bomberman United. And Neo Wako Burnley. Oshe, we referring say Masawaku, no Bo West Ham. And Neo Newsway movie. So you could see the quality in their back line. Anymore, you could see, say, and if they are to represent themselves at the World Cup, they'll be able to do well. This is their first World Cup. And they are from DR Congo. This is their first World Cup. And I think say Nigeria will Jumaye in their national team. But after the game, issues about Bontini say, you say Nigeria coach Eric. Eka kete nko tambotela to atwa bobi o DR Congo for side o. Ni bue fuye papa. Ne tintini ni tietia na ne say na dia Congo fo ni ye bibia na ni nje ho nti me pese virus edi video ne to so time na ni buofu during the penalty shootout no ebufu ana ni buofu se den na nkofo we ye wo ho a basi munya ball mo bebo ball na fafem na nam wiem quality players ombobo na nam baby onti ase nti ani otam bottle no nkonya ya obi ye bibi wo na the bottle ne bekwa ko hwi nipa ni tirim kwa ama nipa no de be na ye no ho because mimi players in Japan Park ni so bono u chinchin bi chima na me players e bobo ball ni for pool ni so na after the game omu bisa ne say na adentina na ni bu efu sa because penalty shooter dey nim say coaches no either so a focus on the player no kwa akobọ ball no and otini baby din ye den bom paye sem nyama betimi akoye be bufu anu onda ne di na chese den and na after the game o ma yeti ase say dia Congo fo no mo ye nyama bi o na elbow of Kasemu ne be friend voodoo ba ye na enim say eba no ye local we friend juju na osi no mu chinchin bibi edu time omu nko Nigeria fo ne bebo a no mu chinchin ade no na enyama etimi ekoti omu but I think say it's just the other side of football. In the end no prepare who ye go into game now we need game within 90 minutes nipa ni juju no wa hihye for penalty shootouts na ntimi ndo. And I think say their things are also to the year with the national team. Over the track record for the Nigerian national team is one of the best. And they've been able to perform so well. As of now, they've not lost the game in 90 minutes in a tenor for Nigeria. That shows the good performance of Danny. But I think say the team has been more on Victor Osimhen. And it's a Victor Osimhen in Niwa. The team is not functioning. And always I deal with me can during the Black Stars way me can say as a coach you need to build a system no wha and they will big bia be shemwa they can replicate what you want into a name. My system is to maybe cross the ball to my striker to head. So Victor Osimhen in Nima, I can put in another striker. He's also good with his head. Cross his neighbor by pepe. So when you're 10, at least obey me 8. So building a system is important than depending on the team. And I think say I know the course in Nigeria. And they omu su ni na ne say omu ejiji omano. Say omu timi qualify for World Cup na. Omba baby sa Ghana for say ade nti na Ghana nti me remu in the AFCON. And they ni na abom. So the AFCON ne bi omde be chichi omure. And the only thing they can now do say free and ne ekopem say AFCON ne be sha ase no. Eso omu timi tutu omu nyama yi. Last time they were in the final. This time Nigeria for her say they omde be prepare on World Cup ni suno. They need to win that AFCON for them. And yet debatable. Because say omentimi anje AFCON no na AFCON omentimi bo rem na they don't get into a proper stage, maybe a final or winning na. As maybe see one Nigeria, any players or any NFF no Nigeria for winning only store.
Okay, yeah, Vincent, you share you in quick
now. Listo, before me run into game, I think I don't want to. People have been saying say Nakaf Crapper say Nigeria and qualify. I want to state it. Say, you see, Nigeria for Listo, they were fortunate enough to get the slot to go and play in the CAF playoffs. No. It is a virus betting me the way not on say Eritrea for no, or may draw from the qualifiers. No. Medical America say Eritrea for no mono or federation. The reason why Omori draw and say Charlie, Omu 2 players no, half of them on back. So they won't play. Initially they agreed on the ball. And now I'm not count on say players in baby na baby and so they withdrew from the qualifiers. So what CAF and say we they back to March. What CAF and say now Eritrea from my withdrawn omu group ni no teams ne was Eritrea group ni enya 6 points free. But the other group they are playing all their games. So in order to get that 4 teams number qualify as the second place teams, what we are going to do is say all those teams no major that higher point. You bet deduct points from the last group, so which means that some group na Eritrea for the woman. The other also second. You bet deduct 6 points from one point.
He said, "Oh, says I win. I think say I can."
Oh yeah.
The point said, Omo agree said they should do it like that. Ever benefiting Nigeria for.
Oh, but when they were in the match, they didn't know ever benefiting Nigeria. They didn't match.
But you see, the point is say whatever anybody will say concerning Sa Adieno, Sa Nipakrono, right because it is not proper. Say, Obi to say Burkina Faso Ubinya.
Even Gabon.
20 something.
No, but what he said, what was it Gabon? Was it Nigeria's fault? Because the thing is, if
not benefited.
No, but the thing is, Nigeria couldn't
people are saying that based on say a do Nigeria game. So when him say if that is the standard. Then ebe kakaka teams na no akakaka no mu ebetimi ewem no. They play their matches together.
Yes. So what are you talking about?
So Nigeria.
Some rules, it was rules when you say rules about match. What are you talking about?
And I make us say Nigeria the rules. Let it benefit everybody.
Start boy you.
And I mean no match.
You say competition be start here. It comes with rules.
Yes.
Competition be start here.
Yes.
Competition bien wa air course wa. You do rules for a back.
No, because I said before you best starting. I will try and withdraw.
Maybe withdrawal. Any sanctions in this animal man. You need to anticipate it.
Yes,
that is why withdraw.
That is why.
Anyway, the punishment in
that is why I make it.
I should.
The thing is, if Nigeria had won the 2 games against Zimbabwe or the group man. And can Nigeria can also bet 6 points. The able Nigeria and say Nigeria Nigeria epic 2 points against Zimbabwe. So now if
Nigeria weren't good,
they were not good.
So
and then Obi a winning match also yenting the point because Obi or one another group of
the rules are the rules.
Does this make sense?
It wasn't deliberate.
The rules were bent for Nigeria and say
how was it bent for Nigeria? And the CAF catching Nigeria so Zimbabwe. What are you talking about?
Burkina Faso In case of Burkina Faso and Nigeria bomb game at the same time.
But
Nigeria knew say almost 4 goals.
4 goals
qualify ahead.
But what are you talking about?
Even
If Nigeria any Burkina airborne.
Whoever Obia or was I win, I know Puya come and come.
No, I was building a point. So what I'm trying to say,
you're building the point.
Money man
in favor. I say
money man in favor Nigeria, but not favor wrong. So I was coming in to make the things right because who check CAF them what they buy now. CAF like I said, Nigeria should go and lose against Emmanuel winning the point because Nigeria dropping point against Zimbabwe was one of the main things that Nigerian team qualify as the first team in the group.
Because they weren't good against Zimbabwe.
Yeah, the rules are say.
Zimbabwe na me met say Seychelles Island.
So the rules
me Seychelles Island now me to question the enti me point.
This would have been also another case that Eritrea group not also second. Say Yantin is 6 points. People who says, oh, on your 6.3 free. So that you need the. But the thing is, if you are coming on board, come on board right, and that is it. Now the thing is
on board right. Explain it.
Maybe pictures who explanation here about team knowledge was wrong, and I'm saying the right thing.
Me too fat.
Any fact, any rules.
Say one, there were rules. Rules no, the rules were bent.
What is bent?
Now make us say, meba.
What rules was bent?
Meba.
What is it?
Any rules writing no.
Now rules. Now what are you talking about?
In FIFA tournament, him say a last game, sir. It's being played at the same time.
Qualifiers. When
ready
qualifiers, you cannot say that you qualifiers at the same time. What are you talking about? Do you know say Kenya? Let me tell you something. African qualifiers. Kenya time, Ghana time. You cannot tell me say Ghana airborne match.
How do you find him?
What are you talking about?
In Europe. In the Champions
this is not Champions League. This is what qualifiers are. Several times.
In Europe, in the Champions League. Eka last game, sir. Makaisa eka last game. Ama we Dynamo Kiev ni Bayern Munich bobo at 11 p.m. Ewo way their time. Because they want to play the match at the same time.
Europe. What Cup qualifiers on last games? Omoboni at the same time.
Omoboni at the same time. Italy, Norway. Italy, Norway, Panama qualify with the other group on the same time.
But the World Cup
with the Nigeria way, I think we've even settled that. Look, what idea to Burkina Faso, it was not right. And your football, like it doesn't ultimately
they would fight for it.
They are saying Eritrea, one country, I rejoice for group.
They should deal in the same group.
What group?
No, Sani group no one. And no one dealing with. Now,
the team not qualify first. No, he got the 6 points. So the 4 teams is there to make things fair. He had 6 points from the last group.
Europe qualifies.
Why one them boy? Yeah, amount 3.3 goals.
Listo, Belgium.
Belgium say only obi kwa kobono wa mba. Ya award 3.3 goals.
All right.
So we was started. Edu baby no wa mbobi ma. Wo wako Wama 83.3 goals near the account.
The Burkina Faso issue.
As simple as that.
I didn't say a quite unfortunate so many teams qualify. But the thing is, Okasomo Benti rules not to favor Nigeria. At that time,
Nigeria favor somebody. I did a person a chance say
Nigeria about draw against Zimbabwe, but one game.
Listo, me group standings.
Europe, there
are some groups. Listo,
there are some groups. You made a mistake. All the false issue about concerning how they deducted points.
I never said
the rules. I never said the rules for Nigeria, and that is not the case.
I said the rules didn't favor the teams.
It didn't favor our team.
Want Nigeria point in Europe, in Europe, Group A. Groups almost 5 in a group. Groups need be almost 4. Are they saying say enam no suntino? If an Ireland are qualifier, they would take them out and put Poland in.
The moment you say it's a CAF Benti rules for Nigeria.
I never use the word.
You said that say
I never use the word CAF Benti
favor Nigeria.
Man caso favor Nigeria. I said say
what be say Nigeria no enye CAF fault and I say enye CAF fault.
Vincent, my statement was Nigeria point omunya and they weren't supposed to be there.
But adding to
Onya 17 points in the total.
Because the thing is, they deducted 2 points from Nigeria.
How did they deduct 2 points? Because they didn't win against Zimbabwe.
Of course. So
they were poor. Nipani are poor no win against Zimbabwe.
It doesn't matter.
Charlie Yanko game, it
doesn't matter.
Don't come and say game because mistake now.
You didn't even clarify how Omodi tactics
mistake
happened
in
in Burkina Faso.
Mistake in
He didn't clarify.
Mistake in
So what are you talking about now? Now I think say Listo, Ushe game now. It was a game that I think say I've been saying this one. Yeah, what is really Nigeria team the problem? Make a lot of things and Makase. When Eric Shell buy, he's doing everything right. Because of all the other coaches, Finidi George, Money, or Mama Bomako Inano, Nigeria team, no more lucky that DNA. Finidi George, no ball, you counter attacking football, but we buy no, or the das structure no, about Nigeria. But always I've been saying about Nigeria, defensive errors. They cannot defend. They are very bad, especially when they are leading. When Nigeria is leading by a goal or two, you should know that definitely they are going to concede a goal. And even if we share these playoffs, it happened against Gabon. They scored first, and Gabon bet show. And look at that last minute chance, Victor Osimhen Benyaye, and nobody call, the extra time, and they managed to score 3 goals in the extra time, and I'm winning by 4-1. So if you look at Nigeria team now, in terms of attack, they are good, but the back, very bad. Ushe go no mu consider here na. In the midfield, Oman press loose markings, Congo for taking opportunity. The defender had the chance to clear the ball. And when Timian clear ball ni NMA Congo for had that chance to equalize. If you look at the game proper, Medical Culture say go into this game. When Congo and Senegal, I say Congo for no, they have a very good team. Now, if you look at our team now, all their players are at the top level. So there's no way the big names, arguably maybe Nigeria squad, no, if you are comparing player to player, Osimhen, Lukman, Iwobi, all these other players are well known than the DR Congo squad. No. But they have Wan-Bissaka, Twanzembe, Wissa, who wasn't part of the squad for this playoffs. And a lot of good players. Chancellor Mbemba, who has been the captain, senior player, or top flight football for the past 10 years. So Congo team was a team that I believe say Nigeria team they went into the game without underrating them. Now listen, if you look at the game, Tio Fayulu, FC no for goalkeeper. No. If you look at how the game went into penalty shootout, Fayulu, who is the third choice goalkeeper, or your third choice, so I need Omodini come so on that goal. It tells you that they had planned say game no a penalty shootouts. Now, if a penalty shootout, you will bring in a goalkeeper who we believe that when it comes to penalty shootouts, he is better than your number one, and it tells you the mentality. DR Congo for the core. Now to Nigeria coach Eric Shell to say, I mean as a coach, Amumbo penalty shootout. He wasn't even at the line. He was behind the bench and the technical staff. I can't say arguably he wasn't watching the penalty shootout, but he was paying attention to an official. Our DR Congo bench. Probably whatever he believes in, or born empire, they are supporting the team. The thing is, say Nigeria goalkeeper, so Nigeria for Congo for say 2 penalties. Juju no and I say voodoo no say DR Congo for no anything. Where was that's that time na Juju no where Emma DR Congo for no say 2 penalties are Bassi as only Simmons Ekoko say Nigeria for first 2 penalties. To me, Nigeria into the game, they were not stronger than DR Congo. So what follow DR Congo for team no from the AFCON cause for Ivory Coast. They lost in the semi-finals to Ivory Coast. 1 goal. Since then, Omulusu, the semi-final game to Ivory Coast, even the 3rd and 4th for Money South Africa boy, in the full 90 minutes, they didn't lose. Omulusu on penalty shootouts. And from there, Omulusu 2 AFCON qualifier games against, I think, Ethiopia, any Guinea. And then again, they've lost against Morocco and Senegal, who are arguably top 2, top 3 African best teams so far. So if you look at DR Congo team now, they can play against any team. They have the quality, and they went into the game and said this is a playoff game. Even if a couple penalties, Yeah, the goalkeeper you about be saving now. Then the goalkeeper na ababe. I mean the historic name Obi Ebonidi. Look at FC Noah for post on here, and even being the only Armenian only player who could actually end up playing in the World Cup or in the Armenian League. So I mean, it was incredible for DR Congo for no. Probably looking at how Anema Conde, they were teams need to go playoffs. They are likely that they can qualify and they have the quality. Ebia Ebedru Hona Omeko Mexico for the playoffs no. Na Ebia Wisamo and Juan Tomoni other players Omoluso and so by is going to have that. So to me, I think that Eric Shell should find a better excuse. If Obilivi say Juju na Omolusu game no. Juju na Ntima win game na I think say he should just resign. On country Nigerian Federation is a on no near draw. So they should or don't resign into Omokonkofa Malambia na Obi Obetima Juju. No be lead team no. Because at the entire minute, if the coach of a national team, the mentality, and he believes that Obe joining Nigeria national team, or no onye Jujubio, but Nigeria haven't lost the game in the full 97 minutes. But he believed that they lost the penalty shootout. After so no penalty shootout in Congo for let's say 2 penalties. He believes that Juju Nemo lose here. Then I think that coach, in fact, first of all, the man who is leading the Super Eagles of Nigeria and the mentality, is not up there. He should resign and tell the Nigeria Football Federation is that he doesn't have voodoo, he doesn't have juju, so they should appoint somebody who juju him the album. In next time, if they go to the AFCON, any opponent, especially in the penalty shootout, that voodoo na juju and so him. But to me, I think that some of us knew that even DR Congo game was going to be a tougher match because Nigeria for all they were playing. They were playing for is that they want to win against Gabon. Then they were trying and say they can avoid Cameroon. And what they didn't know is that even the DR Congo team are more balanced than that of Cameroon team. So to me, I think that they deserve it. The best team won. Team no here in Yamaye tactically or approaching game because if you call penalty shootout, near the first choice goalkeeper, you find the second choice goalkeeper, Bob near the goalkeeper who had his debut for DR Congo against Madagascar in a friendly match. Edinburgh, a highly contested, highly pressured game like the Nigeria game. It tells you that almost practice penalty shootouts. They knew that this game can go all the way to that line. And I think that the best team won against in that match. So DR Congo for there, all the best to them, and we are hoping that Nyamia don't go playoffs now. They can make Africa proud.
Okay. Yeah, mommy share a Ghana game no from players are already withdraw the injury situation. South Korea or China fi. You share the European games and the crucial games for qualification. You share quite hungry fast so or you just need a draw. Na you two the only yanko break him na yeah ba na ya ba be share na bibia so etimi ada akoye guso a share sports arena anya sam keto akra na shenu so se baso champion game ba ko baso Barcelona ne Chelsea. I'm telling you, Estevao ene Lamine Yamal Pobagia was a Pobagia go no na na was mu treaty so mu treaty boy no animanumu ya ezan say Estevao no ono obo game ya kwa sorry o obo game wie po kwa sorry ti nyame wo sra wo ne so brutal en wo sra wo boy ne so no Lamine Yamal nyina yi a boy ne be carry the day no yesi ko pa ma so ba enti ejamienu ena Chelsea di ye den eba o de amunima enti ye ko break ye ba na ya beto aso
odofo entwam for afidie no to ase na menka asem de bi nkyerɛw MYBET.AFRICA e the Black Friday promotion no asa babiem na sɛ de ye na afibia no 10% cashback no are you ready me kyerɛ mo amutwa football volleyball netball and as any sports related bet bia no mo so mo de e different casino for 10% cashback and say week ni nyina o spending minimum 200 Ghana cedis hey the olusu ye be out of sa 200 Ghana cedis no ye the mu 10% ese brew sports book for musu hip 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 hooray because abiyama mo de end simple Champions League and I say Friday to Sunday ultra bet 50 Ghana cedis and above pay the olusu bia emu 10% yes are they brew my bet.africa also hiti Black Friday we obia benya ne chefa obia benya ne chefa ye betwetwa mu nketenkete obia bedidi enti casino for Aviator JetX Spin to Win Sunny Fruit ni nyina we wadwene se wo bonko ade a 200 Ghana cedis and above during the week, you do 10% of your losses. Ebebre, what's it the way, Fako, but the olusu, or side 10% ebe sabrel. We a bradrin entiaso. Football for Musumunti, say La Liga, EPL, Champions League. The obe be sports related, no, or 10% cashback. As I ready, my bet.africa. Or recheche nadum insurance, 10% now you ready. My bet.africa. Register CCA www.mybet.africa or see when you car ubedi na udin so a ye tuo ni asama 10% on the ulusu ye no ube feeling a more professional way yes share flip side oh.
Right inti yenhwe Ghana game no yenhwe na yenyi de impenifo no Oma twetwe omo captain enso every team ni mu semenyo so ono so hu sign no
ehun ya agbo
oni ti mu manyo mu boy no so na hwe.
Yes, I think say ochina game ebekọ so no one game a Ghana ni bia de as a Ghana ni bia bemebu se kwan bia so no South Korea for na de ombetimi de aye ende Yanya lucky I can tempanya the beji goals. But I think say Ghana for any Ghana team no Otoado most of the time will be a bemebu or mumuno a honor which or mumbranti semuntina. Going into the game, I think say still like your quality kaka away in team numa you bet me a cup, you prepare ye put up good things you bet me a way for pressure. Ghanaians are looking at a system. Me time be am better now. Come back. I want to see a game plan. I want to see a system from the coach. At this time, quality no AB in po ni ho Rebecca say bia kudu J ball na o say and am no so na as a year ball no. See and the players near one. Let's build something around them. Let's build a good system. Into Ochina game no, I'm looking at Otuado going with a particular formation. Ene bibia betimi akoyi. Oko kan Vincent Barber catch us and then the in-game management then top notch. Yene Japan sa kasa sa ade inti a coach ne bo 4-3-3 wasesa call for back inti eno ano no wa man Pep Guardiola level but enye no na ye hwehwe ye pese hu from minute 1 how are the team playing Miami's profile players no player ni position obo enim so betimi aboni ye mfa ni ntum no mbo. That is what we are looking out for na ochina no say Ghana mpo ebe tasty defeat the defeat should come with some glory say oh boy ni de ya shame but boy ne Ghana for boy no esueni ye wogidie sese ye bo bibi saa ye nya Kudus ye nya Jordan ayu ye nya top players ba ku mienu be hyemu a boy ni betimi akoso na Ghana for hwe so say I'm expecting something good from Otoado. I'm expecting something good from the technical team ye ntutu nyama ye omo ma withdraw fine Abu Francis nso ye hwe say na bibia betimi akoyi na wetimi join the team no proper in the World Cup but I'm looking at a plan. I'm looking at a structure. I want the team to set up in a way a bit me South Korea for only difficult fights in that particular game.
Okay.
Yeah, Listo, I think sir, if you look at your game against South Korea now, it will be a game that I'm expecting over 2.5 goals to come. And Konko say Japan there. And it will to my clear say when we play in a 3-back system, we feel the team defensively, our balance and attack to your balance. You see, what may me problem, especially that right wing back position or Black Stars. You can play Ali Duseidu as the right wing back, but do say Ali Duseidu or now against Mali or across posted video be Ali Duseidu attacking Tedo or Jibo running yard, but you say ni year if you say. So in terms of that right wing back, The only player who could have been ideal for us in that role, Tariq Lamptey, also Wopra. Dennis Odoi in recent times, I know about that 3-back system when we went to the World Cup in Qatar. I announced about our role. Now he's nowhere close to the team. And Medican can say Calibrenchi. He is a midfielder and he is a player that if you ever say from the back, a game against Japan, we were trying to build from the back. But who build it from the back now Kwasizibo. You know, say Kwasizibo in your press resistance. On to me that fluidity now being as a person to also sideways back passes. There's no way Ubenya more than 2-3 progressive passes from 5 restarts Ubenya in the game. But when Caleb Bemono 2-3 press be we were able to flow the game. Now we don't have Salis. I be a bit me dribble in position be at the ball now anymore. We don't have Thomas Tepati in the squad. Or bit my man. Or we don't have a Mohamed Kudus who will drop deep. Ababeji ball Eddie Achin Adi Ako. And I only obi to say Maji Dashmero team say. So what I'm saying is, would that injury not trouble Francis? Mikacho say line up in the Bayern. I mentioned that we only have 2 number 8, 2 number 6, a 3. At that time, I remember when I said it. Musiwo, let's assume say when Caleb Black Stars are about as the right back. So if Otuado sees Caleb Renchi as the right back in the Black Stars, it means that you were just 2 number 8, 2 number 6 in the current Black Stars. Call up your ye. And then Abu Francis squad unfortunately only that injury. No? Now it means that the only midfielders are Yenya, Aka squad only just 2. Caleb Renchi and Kwesizibo. If Otuado wants the 3-back to be on a formation for the Black Stars, we should. Yes, I know that he's a very good scout. The other coaches now, Desmond of we should scout for a better right back. Even if a Lodamwa, even if a local player, and a right back, then they back that position at least. We should do that. And yes, sir, learn transforming one of your wingers, Nibi, to play that role. When Chelsea PSG boy, President on your left wing back, but mu deploy no. So Zaro ni. Victor Moses wasn't a right wing back; he was a winger. But Conte deploy man Boru man Bobo ni. So if that is the case that they want to go, you deploy such players. More that role. No. To me, I think it's a game that either Benjamin Asare and Baba started, either Atizigi. We are definitely not going to keep a clean sheet against this Korea team. No. In fact, our firepower no, even stronger than teammates Japan. So definitely, I'm expecting Korea to win this game. Okay. But when I say we have to take this game serious. In as much as may see a lot of key players, we have to know say if you want the right balance for the World Cup, say Kudus ni wa one ebebo, say Partey ni wa one ebebo. This is where you bet me that build the team because Medican can say right after this game, the only international break we have, in March, about 2 friendlies. The next one, players no able to chomonai. So in as much as you name say Semenyo I drop here from the squad, Mohamed Salisu I drop here from the squad. We don't have Kudus, we don't have Partey, we don't have Jordan Ayew, we don't have Abdul Fattah Isahaku, we don't have Joseph Pinto. The players there, no coach more chance, more. They will say yes. Now here Prince Kwabena do better boy. Look at the intensity. Look at the runs. Oh yeah, you say yeah, number 9 be bit me my that as a much energy running. He can do that. So also justifying him. So we should play some of these players for them to justify almost. So to me, I mean a preparatory game for the World Cup. Coach, probably you won't try anything new, but onboard some of the new players for us to know say your tournament Prince Edu Kwabena can do this for us with a different profile, and I think that will be a different game for us. I think Nyame much na be real game profile, but then I think it's going to be a win.
So
yes, it's going to be a win for Korea, but I'm seeing Ghana to score. There's no way about 2 games should go. So I'm seeing Ghana to score, Korea to win by more than 2 goals, and also Ghana to score. Yeah.
All right. Eti yanhwe eye ene games no and yeah in for European matches no chale ebi wo ho nya asem ketu akra European matches no bi wo ho ntino yen hwe World Cup 6 matches Czech Republic and Gibraltar ebo Germany ni Slovakia sa match we nya easy Germany here a win at all cost Malta and Belgium no ni Poland abo Poland so ultimately say even okay Poland will qualify for the second year way no but yeah Finland for a film Malta be share no now Finland for qualified that will pick a playoff the second position no Montenegro ni Croatia ebo and also nyasam ketu akra Croatia qualify Montenegro will need okay Montenegro out say to Faroe Island for no and so about matches away I'm about 8 matches or more 12 points into Montenegro for any Croatia and so a match I mentioned that it should any of any importance Netherlands and so Lithuania and Northern Ireland and Luxembourg and also it's of no importance ewo hono nti ye hwesa games na ye mfa osene kakramra etifo
okay nti ye hwe games now the first game I be sha here Germany and Slovakia game and I think that this game in the first fixture no more boy and Slovakia surprised Germany yeah show mo by 2-0 but with these two games I did back where Germany national team is on last 7 goals on my channel most of these goals are after the hour mark, so most of Germany goals on Machino back in the second half. Into going into this game, so who say first half Germany into me and Shigwe Maninyon mostly they scored their goals in the second half. On Slovakia and so side, a team bia in their last 10 games on my bono into me share goal in the second half. So my surprise but in the first half, say Slovakia did kind to Atena Maninyon. But I'm looking at this game being a draw game.
Okay.
Because Germany least to hear a draw because the goal difference was throw in Slovakia. So if they get a draw, a bit warm. But Germany last 6 games or abono, a move back open a both team to score a ball. But in this game, I'm looking at Germany winning 2-1 or a 1-1 draw in this game on this particular Germany-Slovakia game. Yeah, Netherlands game on Bebo against Lithuania, and I think say with Netherlands as a noun, upe teams or meet me a qualifier or ma qualify and then it will take them a defeat of up to 19 goals and Sana Poland beat media pomo. And I don't think say a bay so we may see maybe a different players coming into this Netherlands setup. In terms of Netherlands of the number of goals or Mosha and there's all call Michia SO Timisha because Netherlands last 11 games awabo emu 10 or Mutimisha even number of goals into either 2, 4, 6 goals no more share. Into Netherlands to score 2 goals likely to happen. O share Lithuania and so last 4 games on my boy. Most of the time no emu 3 both team to score a ball. So me a team ya even though say omo time she goals no. But you be sure by 6, you be sure by 5. And yet then your team so team nya go etimi bowe. And then send a game ne kono. It's better to go for a Netherlands a handicap of -1 for Netherlands so you be winning. Okay. That is the best option because and then if you team who goes be free almost any American they've already qualified. A draw will be okay for them. So they will rest most of their key players. Into a handicap -1 for Netherlands to win this game. Optional make for Montenegro and Croatia and so group no. I think that as a noun and also our group near settled. Croatia were 19 points and then Montenegro is by whatever goals on team into Croatia. In their first game ending a 4-0 win for Croatia were away. Okay. That gives you a big mark say they go sambe P. Croatia for no they've been to the World Cups put up a good performance and number of matches some goals against Montenegro. And over Croatia, a team both team to score on time ball games mo. The last 6 games 1 per and a both team to score a bomb. But one thing I know Montenegro for the befa and it's a Croatia last games on my bono 5 away games on my ball under 2.5 nebo. In Tombe imagine say nay all quite away no. Ebi obeti make keep that hold of that record, but I'm seeing over 2.5, over 3.5 in this game. Croatia ebetimi ahye 2 or 3 goals. It ebetimi akọ for Croatia 2 or more goals and a full game no say 3 or 4 goals and ebetimi apie ewo mu nti ene 1 or 2 games bi amatachi on any ma memfa me code no entudwa say ene so obi hwe or come MYBET.AFRICA options ben na onfa nti ene me selected games ewo ho ene Croatia game a ene omni Montenegro bo no me call for over 2.5 was our game no and Poland any Malta game on bebo me call for Poland win and under 4.5 and Netherlands game no so Netherlands win and Netherlands to score 2 goals, not Ireland any Luxembourg, not Ireland win or draw, and Germany any Slovakia game no over 2.5 for our game and Czechia game on no so bebo our game no so over 2.5 code no SZVY MYBET.AFRICA.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think that enough games in our no. If you look at a game like Czech and Gibraltar game in a Czech, it is very unfortunate. Even if I'm winning by 10 goals and a crowd, they almost mean Congo to Croatia from the top spots. But there's a second place teams are meeting about a playoffs. So Czech 13 points. If Omo win here, they have a chance to qualify as one of the second place teams are unable playoffs no, and so it's qualify their World Cup. If you look at Czech Republic, Listo, in the 7 games so far, they average 1.5 goals per game, and conceding 8 goals. Gibraltar they've conceded 22 games in 7 games so it tells you that definitely if Czech Republic now or secure a win. In fact, it's not a game. Czech Republic every team have fun, in fact, they are playing. From home, so it's a game that I see Czech Republic winning by 2-goal margin. Czech Republic winning by 2-goal margin, and it's a game so I see say Czech Republic is not going to lose this game, so it should be a double chance and over 1.5 goals in that game, a very safe option for you. If you look at Germany and Slovakia, I remember when you be preview the early stages of the World Cup qualifiers, especially the Europe side. No, Slovakia share Germany 2-0, and they can say Germany team is not losing the firepower. But I remember Mekacho say it was early days yet, and they are now coming out of the 5 games that Germany for no more mabono. If you look at the points, and I think that Germany would definitely win, because after losing 2-0 to Slovakia, since that game, Germany team are considered just one, and now I'm finding redeem with a lot of other players almost share a lot of goals. So to me, I think that Slovakia, for instance, in as much as they also won against Germany, since then also are considered just 2 goals. So they a team that they have a very good defensive setup, and I think it's going to be an interesting game. But it's a game that I see more than 2 goals. It's a game that I see more than 2 goals in this game, and I'll go in for a win for Germany. Poland any Malta game, no, it's a game that Poland for no, they're also fighting for a spot in the second place team, so it's Makakobo playoff. So it's a game that are waiting for a double chance and over 1.5 goals for Poland team. No, Croatia, Montenegro, Croatia for no, or being that one, they've already qualified. But then it's a game that I think that it will be safe. Say Obekwa for goals over 1.5, over 2.5 goals in that game. Then also a game like Netherlands and Lithuania, no, almost qualified at that. But if you look at the quality of Netherlands, even if they are benching some key players, no, because they the rising stars like Emega Mumba, you know that definitely they have the firepower to score Lithuania. So definitely straight win for Netherlands and over 2.5 goals a gamer, and also highly possible. So my selection for and then no games no me say Montenegro and Croatia game no, and we bet me a double chance for Croatia and over 2.5 goals in that game. I think so. Northern Ireland any Luxembourg game no, and so bet me a double chance for Northern Ireland and over 1.5 goals in that game. Germany Slovakia, a win for Germany and over 1.5 goals in that game. And a Netherlands Lithuania game no, over 2.5 goals. Sa game no, the code no 2ZVY 2ZVY.
Okay. Okay, me share when a handicap no. Handicap no me. Okay. Ten-minute draw. Person can for 10 minutes draw. Okay. Finland and Andorra a friendly game. Yeah, Timo Pukki. Ne last game ti Finland beshe Andorra a friendly game. Czech Republic and Gibraltar, Czech straight win. Germany and Slovakia, Germany straight win. Malta and Poland away win. Qatar and Zimbabwe friendly game. Qatar win or draw. France under 21 for no ball qualifies. France under 21 for no over 2.5. Montenegro any Croatia under 4.5 first half. No, under 4.5 full match. And Netherlands any Lithuania over 2.5. It's a game no into me code near RX, that's the X VY RX VY. Auntie. No. Nyame adoma ochina ye besa ahia na de aka chire nyina no ye de abramo yakramo.